What's up, you guys? I'm Skylar Reed, and in today's video, I'm going to break down Jazmine Sullivan's music. Her first album was titled Fearless, and it was released in 2008. This album was really good. It was a very bold album, and it was very consistent. Like, she came right out with Bust the Windows Out Your Car, right out with Lions, Tigers, and Bears. Just very bold songs, beautiful analogies and comparisons, I think lyrically. I really love the storytelling of this album and of her music in general. But this album really jumps it off with these thoughts of, being so fearless that you aren't afraid of lions and tigers and bears, but you're afraid of loving somebody. Like that thought, that image, that lyric is really beautiful. Just like it's so much depth to it. So I really appreciated that song. Bust the Windows Out Your Car is such a fierce song. So I just really love that she came right off with these really fierce, bold, bossy songs that really showcase her vocals. She displayed great vocals on every song on this album, and I really like the diversity in style in her voice of the music. So this album, of course, is R&B, is soulful. She has a 60s styled song called Switch that was really refreshing to me. It was like, oh wow, like I wouldn't have imagined her singing something like that, but going back and listening, it's like, wow, it fits, it matches her voice. I really thought that was different for her to plug that in there, but it definitely went with the whole fearless theme. She had a good mix of slow, mid-tempo, and upbeat songs, so that was pretty cool just listening all the way through. It wasn't like the same kind of bop the whole time. It really transitioned nicely as an album. She had a lot of standout songs on this album. For it being her first album, I think she did an amazing job with this. There are a lot of hits that people still love today from this album. Bust Your Windows, Lions, Tigers, and Bears, After the Hurricane, In Love with Another Man. There's so much to that. That was a really standout song for me. Vocally, I feel like she sang her best on that song. When I hear certain singers, for some reason, I'm like, I don't know how I feel about hearing them on upbeat songs. It just depends. I have heard her on some upbeat songs in general because I like her. I listen to her often. After hearing Call Me Guilty, Switch, and Dream Big, I'm like, wow, she's really good at the upbeat stuff too. It fits her as an artist. It's just really good. If you listen to certain artists like her, I just imagine her to do mostly slower songs with a vibe, even Summer Walker. It's even though the beat might be a little bit mid-tempo, it's just nah, you need to hear that tone and the sultriness and stuff. But with Jazmine Sullivan, she has that vocal agility. She's a great vocalist, and she can sing over pretty much anything, I think. I like that diversity in tempo in this album. My favorite song from this album is In Love with Another Man. Not that I can relate, but she just sang her face off. She sang this song, and I was like, wow, I believe her. She knows how to embellish with runs and different tones, and I just feel like, her singing over slow songs really gives her the time to really milk it, and I feel like she did that with this song. This song is one of my favorites. Another one of my favorite songs from this album is Lions, Tigers, and Bears. I remember covering this when this album came out. Didn't really know who she was, but I was like, I like this song. I'm not scared of lions, tigers, and bears, but I'm scared of loving you. It's just, who thinks of that? Looking at the credits, she has writing input. Everything is pretty consistent, so I have a feeling she probably has a lot of input. But yeah, this song, it's just so bold, and I feel like it's a classic. This album got her a lot of success. It was the 26th album on Billboard's top R&B and hip hop albums chart at the end of 2019. She was nominated for Best Female R&B Artist and Best New Artist at the 2009 BET Awards. She also won the J Award that year, which is also known as the Centric Award or the BET Her Award. She got quite a bit of nominations at the 2009 Grammys. She was nominated for Best New Artist and Best Female R&B Vocal Performance. Need You Bad was nominated for Best Female Vocal Performance, and that's a good song too. In Love with Another Man was nominated for Best Traditional R&B Song. Bust the Windows was nominated for Best R&B Song, and the album was nominated for Best Contemporary R&B Album. So this album got a lot of recognition from the Grammys that year. Also at the NAACP Awards, she was nominated for Outstanding New Artist in 2009, and at the 2010 Billboard Music Awards, she won the Rising Star Award. In the 2010 Grammys, Lions, Tigers, and Bears ended up being nominated for Best R&B Vocal Performance and Best R&B Song. So that song was pretty popping back in the day. I love that song. Her second album was Love Me Back, and it was released in 2010. So with this album, I heard a lot of different vibes, and one particular stuck out to me. It was a Prince styled song titled 10 Seconds, and just hearing it, I'm like, clearly they were influenced by Prince with this song. It just has that sound. There are pop vibes on this album with Don't Make Me Wait, which was honestly a pleasant surprise to me. I was shocked to hear her sing something like that, and I really liked it. I didn't know she had a song with Neo titled You Get On My Nerves, and listening to it for the first time, I was like, but now, reminiscing back onto that era, 2010, like that was totally what was in, like that whole sound, and it's so of the time, and it's a nice R&B chill song. Redemption was another surprise to me. This song, she uses a little bit of a rap flow, and I was like, wait, what? Like, what's going on? It kind of caught me off guard too, just like the whole vibe of the track. The rapping was unexpected. I do think it's dope, and I see later that that's a thing. Like her rhythmic melodies and rap styles is a thing that comes up in her music, is a style that she uses, and I think it's dope. The song though, I actually didn't really like the song. As a song, like I really appreciated the lyrical context, the story behind it, but the actual song was just like weird to me. It was like too much going on. I just couldn't really follow as a song. I think it was meant to more so just tell a story through music. So that's what I got from Redemption. My favorite songs from this album is Holding You Down and 10 Seconds. Holding You Down, also known as Going in Circles, Circles, Round and Round, got nominated in the 2011 Grammys for Best Female R&B Vocal Performance. Her next album was titled Reality Show, and it was released in 2015. This album had a lot more upbeat songs. I liked it a lot. I loved the energy on the album. It was a lot of great concepts and stories and, just different perspectives that I really appreciated. In Silver Lining, she has a theme that I have found a little bit common in her music, just of having a better life. She has a song on her latest album with Anderson .Paak where she's talking about having a better life, So I just thought that was kind of cool. It just reminded me of a similar vibe and context. Stanley was different. That was a surprising record for me. I ended up liking it. It was just different. My favorite songs from this album are Let It Burn, Forever Don't Last, and Masterpiece. I ended up doing a cover of Forever Don't Last a couple months ago when I was focusing on working on my mixed voice. Let It Burn was a song I always used to cover. It's a really beautiful love song, and I feel like a lot of her songs are so like the opposite of love, like breakup, tired of a man. And that's what I think I can appreciate from her. Like, she's not just the regular, oh, I broke up, I'm sad, or oh, I'm in love. It's like real thought and scenarios and situations that she breaks down in these songs that I think makes her stand out as an artist, as a songwriter. All right, so Forever Doesn't Last, I just love that. Like, it's a sad song, but it's real. It's just real. Some things just don't last. Masterpiece was a song that I discovered just going through her album like a while back when I first started voice lessons with my vocal coach Dion, who happened to actually vocal coach Drake, and she's amazing. Like, she's really amazing. She's helped me so much. Masterpiece was one of the first songs I worked with her on, and this song was such a challenge for me. Like, it was a challenge, you guys. Like, getting the breakdown, like after the bridge and all the runs and stuff, it's just like, whoa, like this girl has a voice like no other. So Masterpiece, I really, really appreciate it. And I just love the lyrical content. I just feel like it was so inspiring and uplifting, and I'm just like, wow, so many people can like feel good from this song, and be inspired and be like, feel like, they can love themselves, and they're beautiful. So I really just appreciated the song completely. This album got a few nominations from the 2016 Grammys. Let It Burn was nominated for Best Traditional R&B Performance and Best R&B Song, and the album was nominated for Best R&B Album. Let It Burn was also nominated for the Outstanding Song in the 2016 NAACP Image Awards, and she was nominated for Best Female Artist that year. Alright, let's get into it. Hotels. This album, oh my goodness. Like, what I got from this album was just that there's a lot of different stories that women have and different situations that women are in that, you know, cause them to be a certain way, to act a certain way, to feel a certain way, to view themselves a certain way. And I feel like she really just put this on the forefront, and it was so real and so raw. It was so truthful for them and their stories, or the stories that she's trying to relay to us. I watched a few interviews of hers, and you know, she said that she pulled from, you know, different people, different stories, different influences and whatnot, not just all from her. And I think that's amazing as a songwriter, as a music creator, to be able to really draw up all of this stuff and be able to put it out as if you're the person experiencing it all, but really you're just a storyteller. Like, I feel like this album really showcased her storyteller ability to a whole nother max. I love the album sonically. It sounded amazing. It sounded so good. I think she showed off her voice impeccably. Like, her voice is so dope in this album. In this album, she seemed to showcase more of her range. Just the lows, like the depths of her lows and the highs of her highs. Like, she just really showcased it all. And her style, her musicality, like, there's so much to this album. She had rap-like flows in this album, and she had very melodic lines, and the melodic lines were just crazy. The song that she has with Ari Lennox called On It, that song, they sang their faces off for sure. They did. I think it's cool, but what I really like about it is the fact that she has these melodies, these ascending melodies, and just like, they're so unexpected. I don't really agree with the album, like with the content and stuff, but I really appreciate the musicalness of it, how it flows from one song to the next with really intriguing tales in between. It's refreshing to hear her sing over some more hip-hop style music like she does in Put It Down. I think she completely shows her versatility in this project. My favorites are Bodies, Lost Ones, and Pick Up Your Feelings. When the album comes on, it's just like, oh wow, like right off the bat, she just sets the tone. And I just think it's a vibe. Bodies up, da, da. It's just dope. It's dope melodically. I think she really started a conversation with this album. She put raw stories out there, raw lyrical content out there. And the fact that she ends the album with Girls Like Me featuring her is just like, oh wow, like this is a great like final song to tie everything in. It's like all of these things that happen to all of these different women create these effects, and you have the reason behind it all. Like, you gonna make a hoe out of me, like that's what she's saying. Once again, can't relate to it, but I appreciate the concept, and I do like that song with her. It's almost like she makes it able for us to empathize with women who may act a certain way or, you know, do certain things because of their experiences and whatnot, and maybe helps us open an eye to all the things that women do go through dealing with men. I think she did a great job overall with this album, and the concept is dope. So overall, I love Jazmine Sullivan. I've been a fan for a minute of her voice, of her music. I think she's a diverse artist. Like, she has a lot to offer. She can literally sing anything in that R&B genre, the soul genre, pop. She shows an array of different styles in her music. She shows jazz, pop, soul, and of course R&B. She's one of my favorite singers of today. She's definitely someone that I study vocally to learn from. Her range and vocal agility is amazing. Like, she does really cool runs, and I think it's so dope. Like that Insecure run. I did a tutorial on that like over a year ago. It's gotten a lot of views, by the way, but that Insecure run is amazing. Like, just her voice, there is really no one like her. I love when she's singing in her mixed voice. That's like that middle area where she's singing kind of high, but she has that tone, that chesty tone, and it's just so full and like it's so good. She just has so much tone. Like, I think that's one of her strongest things. Like, if she just holds a note, that's all she gotta do. Like, it's the tone, it's the way she's singing, it's the control in it, just her voice, her throat. Like, I don't know what I don't know how she was made, but God like blessed her voice immensely. She's bold in her lyrics. She seems to speak her mind, and she's not afraid to share stories that are controversial. All of her albums transition really nicely. I liked it. It was all a vibe. I enjoyed listening to every one. And my favorite album of all of her albums, which is only 4, is her first album, Fearless. I enjoyed that the most. I love the album. Like, I liked a lot of the songs on the album. It just flowed. I really do like Hotels. It's not my favorite because of the content, but musically it's really good. Let me know what y'all think of Hotels. Let me know what y'all think of all of her albums, of her voice. Y'all hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you thought of this video, and make sure you guys are following me on all social media at I am Skylar Reed. Peace.